Well, hello, traders and investors. I'm L.A. Little. This is your daily NeoTA wrap. We take a look at these markets, doing it from a neoclassical perspective, looking at supply and demand on the charts, and using that information to make wise decisions about how to manage your portfolios. It's about entry, it's about timing, it's about reading the tape. That's neoclassical methodology that I created almost a decade ago now, and I've followed successfully ever since. I do a show 4 times a week, Monday through Thursday, broadcast before 10 o'clock Eastern Time. It's archived on YouTube under the channel L.A. Little. If you want to subscribe to the free show, just reach up in the right-hand corner. Anytime I push public content, you'll get a notification. If you want private content, well, that's about joining the community. You can click on the button here. You can learn more with any of the tabs here, see performance and so forth of the portfolios. And, unfortunately, you can't get to the trading ideas. The ideas, a lot of them here, trading ideas, those are things that members have access to. If you want to learn more, then just jot me here at tat@tatoday.com. That's my private email, and I'll get back to you, and we can set up a time to talk. Let's look at the numbers here today, see where we're at. It was a down day again today. You actually had pressure on that NDX again. That's the second day running. Big pressure. Did get a long tail again today, though. This set up at the end of the day to turn, so we'll see what that looks like and why we think that. Gold and silver traded down. Silver in particular. Oil had a little bit of a bounce going today, but couldn't hold much of it. Bonds pretty much flat. Russell tried to push higher, but couldn't. And the S&P did well to hold its own as well. You had pretty much follow through around the rest of the world, both in Asia and in Europe, as they were lagging behind what we were doing here. Let's look at the S&P. Let's start with it. And so what we have here on the S&P is a range trade. And the range now, because you've got this big bar on Friday, is this is your range. You're going to trade inside of it. Anything to the bottom side of it is going to be hard to hold. Anything to the top side is going to be hard to hold, and you're probably going to see range trade for a while, and that's what it did today. It was an inside day. Inside days don't tell you much. This one actually did a little bit more volume, has a hammer, looks like it may want to trade a little bit higher, but that's not the real tell. The real tell is here. It's on the NASDAQ and on the NDX. And that is that you did try to trade lower, and as I just said, it's going to be hard to trade lower. You get lower, you have less volume, you do a hammer reversal. That says you're going to try to push it back up the other way. If you look at the NDX, you got the same setup on it. It's no different. Hammer reversal, less volume, says it wants to trade back the other way. If we look at the Russell, now the Russell, as we said, tried to get higher, couldn't stay higher, did give up most of that. Finishes again with the sellers in control by the ending bell, but you had a little bit more volume again, says it can try again. And remember, on Friday on the Russell, you actually tested the high. That was a test failure on the Russell. The top there was 1425.70. You got to 1426.10 today. You got way over it on Friday. Both times now you push up there. You push up there with volume, but you can't stay over it. And let's see here, 410 versus 402 versus 402. Yeah, so you push up there, you have a little less volume. That's a test failure. So you fell on price, you fell on volume. It doesn't say you're going to cave in. As a matter of fact, if the NDX does bounce, I doubt it will, but it says it's having troubles up there, right? The sellers are taking control, and that's what those candles look like also. I didn't have much time to look at anything today, so let's quickly just look at the sectors. I'm curious as to how they folded the last couple of days. So let's pop into them because I only do the show through Thursday, so I haven't looked at Friday with you. So IBB, still inside, nothing happening there. Let's look at the home builders, see if there's anything happening there. Still trading inside this big bar, and they've been there for a while. Real estate, actually the real estate market, because it's REITs, they tend to work higher when the market's struggling, and that's what they're doing right now. The transports have been coming on and actually doing the same again today. Transports look pretty good. I mean, if I pull up the weekly on it, you can see the transports up here trying to push out and start another leg to the upside. Basic materials, they were showing some relative strength last week. Today they do an over-under. That says that they should try and trade back down. The SOX. Now the SOX had been on fire and then got smoked on Friday. So now look at this. Now this one's interesting. Let's see what the low is today. So the low today, way down into that bar. Yeah, so this doesn't happen that often. So you get the NDX trading separately, right, where the NDX actually had the lower volume. Here you have the higher volume as you test Friday. That says it can come right back down here and test it again. This, to me, got smoked. That one is not going to go to new highs anytime soon. I know you saw it back here before, and I'm sure everybody thinks the same thing, right? We're so used to these V-shaped reversals anymore, but you've had a huge run, right? This V-shaped reversal is going to be a lot harder to get this time around than it was last, and certainly today suggests that as well. So I don't see the SOX as a place to make your money on the next move. Energy trying to turn. Let's see what it did today. A little doji up there. Coming in a swing point low. That's a bearish retest regen. 6711. Gets over it. That's just too bad, folks. That's a failure. That's a failure to get over the bearish retest regen. That's a success of the bearish retest regen to try to regenerate lower again. We'll see how that one pulls back tomorrow. Financials, now they've been on fire the last couple of days. And today a doji, but they hold the highs. Let's see what this range bar is over 2438. And so this is a test failure of the breakdown bar. Okay, so this is your breakdown bar, the big bar over here. You go over it, you come back up underneath it, you have less volume, right, than this one. That says you're going to try to pull it back. So far, we're seeing 3 of the sectors talking about going down, not up. Let's see what the industrials, actually 4 of the sectors, industrials, they look okay. They can go higher. Technology, now I'm going to assume there's a reversal here, and it is, but it's also like the SOX on more volume. So that's a negative. That says it can trade down again. Durables. Durables flat, not really anything happening there. Another doji at the lows, still holding on to that bullish look to it though. Utilities, that one also doesn't really show us anything. These are the safety sectors. XLV has kind of a doji inside bar, and XLY. Let's see what that one looks like. That one's also inside bar. So this is the setup. You got the NDX and the NASDAQ going to try to bounce tomorrow, but you've got the SOX and the XLK not probably going to contribute to it. That says it has to be biotech and those 2 sectors not killing it in order for it to bounce. I expect you to get a bounce, but I don't expect it's going to go very far. This market is gotten a pretty good hit this time, and a little bit of a bounce tomorrow, but I don't expect it to really take off. We're going to get some more testing of these lows probably either tomorrow or the next day, especially on these sectors. That's it for tonight. Have yourself a great one. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.